how the crowd is. You don't see just how fly my style is.
All right. What's going on, good people? This is what we're talking about today. It's been a minute since we've been on here. A lot of things have happened in society, in the world. We have not got. I'm gonna bit my tongue. I got a chance to address it.
Okay, you all right, brother? Don't choke.
Yeah. I got excited almost.
You almost got assassinated. You almost got assassinated.
Who shot you?
Check my ear, right?
For
Man,
self-assassination.
I will tell you that fool. Let me tell you something. His ear healed up real quick, and
Hey, man.
man, I know a
You
few
already know.
people that have been shot before in life, and they took them a little minute to recover. But
That little prosthesis fell off or whatever that crap.
Something.
but man, we are back, y'all. It's been a second. Man, it's been about a week or so. It felt like 2 weeks, heck.
Yeah, give or take.
You know, we've been back and forth, man. Had stuff going on. What's going to come on last week? Got the anniversary and everything. You know, had to spend that with the wifey and stuff, man. So we're going to be on here, man. We're going to be back on, definitely back Thursday. Got some stuff we're going to talk about Thursday as well. But today, you know, like the flyer said, man, there's a lot of things going on in the world. So it's kind of, you know, I didn't want to just kind of limit that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to just limit to, you know, any particular thing. You know, we're just going to be talking about different topics, different things happening right now that is that's out here. You know what I'm saying? And so one of the first things I want to do before I get started, always give honor to God, right? You know, my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Without God, I don't have anything. I'm nothing without Him. So, you know, I want to give God glory, honor, and praise for God's grace, God's love, and God's mercy. You know, it's fresh and new every morning. Thank you, Lord, for giving me peace of mind and, you know, about blessings for the things I do have. So I want to give God all the glory in the world. Secondly, as always, my amazing and beautiful wife, who's a producer of the show, the queen herself, Christy. I wouldn't be able to do what I do without her. So she is definitely the backbone of my life. You know, and I always thank her, man. You know, I don't ever want to take people for granted. Sometimes when people give their heart out and give themselves to you, man, people don't realize that person is taking time, energy, and effort to invest in you. And so, you know, I don't ever want to make my wife feel that she made a bad investment. You know what I mean? So definitely my amazing queen, thank you so much for holding things down and doing what you do. And then last but not least, man, my amazing brothers, man, who's come on here week after week, um, you know, and rock with me, man. I can't put it to you in words what y'all mean to me. Taking time out of your schedules. You could be doing a million different things, man, but I appreciate you at least joining with me week after week, putting up with me, you know, dealing with all the stuff, all my baggage, you know, I come in with, but that's what you chose. That's why we family. So my man Kingfish, my brother Kyle, and
What
you know
up?
my brothers who couldn't be here, but you know everybody got things they're doing. So Nate, crazy Nate, Jay, Datria, Damon, you know,
If y'all were ever a part of the chat group,
man, if y'all part of that chat group, man, it's something crazy. And Nate work his schedule it kind of changed up a little bit, so that's why he hadn't been on here a lot lately. But he be trying to tune in while he doing some work. If you see him in the chat, so we're gonna get him back on here. Nate is his wild self, man. Nate's so off the charts. But you gotta have one of them. But I tell you, man, you know, been my brother for years. I love him, man. You know, and this election cycle, man. You know what's going on, man. It could tear some households up. I will tell you that, man, because it got some people out here wilding out. They wilding out. You know, my amazing family. I see you in the chat. Mike and Reese, congratulations. My sister Reese was her birthday a couple days ago. I think it was. Yeah, a couple days ago. And she doing her thing. She and Mike was in. I think they took a vacation. You know, like good brother. He took it out vacation for her birthday. You know, he set the bar. So I'm glad they're back home. So shout outs to them. They're on here. But yeah, you know, it's just a lot of things happening right now, y'all. A lot of things. Voices of change. That is what's on the flyer that we put out. We're going to talk about some of the changes that's happened. That's kind of going on. You know what I'm saying? And so the first thing I want to talk about, what we haven't even addressed, is um, politics, because that's what's in the news right now. I mean, that's the news cycle. That's what every 4 years this happens. We got the Olympics happening for sports wise, but we just really kind of got started with that. But shout out to the women gymnastics team who won gold, so that was a plus. They won gold medal today in an all around event. So Chris, 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 he doesn't,
Who shot?
Chris, he doesn't have the Chris doesn't have an arm anymore. Why do you have
It's
a tattoo?
healed. I told you. He's been healed.
I got
Chris, I can't concentrate. Chris, I can't concentrate with you having it on.
Mike and Reese, they pray for me like they pray for Trump, and I'm healed.
Why are you
that quick? That quick.
Man, you threw my whole train of thought off.
Boy.
My whole train of thought.
I'm healed. I'm healed. Praise God.
Praise God.
Hey, man. See, this is what I'm talking about right here, man.
Even you too can get grazed by a bullet and heal.
Yes. Or you cannot get hit by one.
Less than 30 days. Less than 30 days.
Man.
If you watch wrestling,
some of y'all here scraping knee, that bad boy don't heal for like 5 months. So
you know what I'm saying? Still got a scar. Still got a scar. This dude got shot.
Scab ain't scabbing. Like you
know.
Terrible, Trump is a pimp. I don't care what Trump's a true gangster. I don't care what nobody say. He a real gangster.
Yeah.
He's the white version of Don King.
Thank you.
Got to be.
Only in America.
Only in America.
Only in America.
Yes, Miss Reese. Yes, I'm healed. I'm healed today.
If loving the Lord is wrong, I don't want to be right.
I don't want to be right.
He helped Gilligan get off the aisle.
Because if that bullet would have went to the right, I might not be here.
Oh, man. Man, I'm going to miss y'all, man.
Where we starting off, Cheese?
Man, we're going to start off, man. We're going to start off with, the election cycle. We've been talking about different topics in the election stuff, man. And y'all, we have our own little our brotherly chat. And that's been going crazy for the last, I don't know, like 2-3 weeks. This has been off and on. Mm-hmm. And one of the major things that just happened, of course, we're not tardy to the party. We just haven't got a chance to really address it. Right. But about a week or so ago, one of the biggest political things happened in history when President Joe Biden decided he's going to step down.
Yeah.
And he endorsed Kamala Harris.
Right. No, sir. No, sir.
Speak
on her as you should. Vice President.
Vice President.
I didn't say. I said President.
You said Kamala Harris.
You said President.
President. I messed it up. My bad.
President. You just called her Kamala. Nah, man.
Okay, my bad. I had it wrong. Okay, I was thinking of my VP. I thought I was going to say President, but my bad. But here you go. Because so she is in the running. Madam Vice President Kamala Harris is in the running now. Yeah. And it's been kind of crazy, man. It's been kind of crazy because, when you make a move like that, that's a poker move by Joe Biden. After the Republican Party had their convention, after they did everything they do, for this man to do what he did, man, I think it's an amazing thing because, man, he's flipped a switch. And they got a movement going on right now in the Harris camp, man. It's amazing. So I'm going to get y'all brothers what y'all take on that move, what y'all feeling about that. Then we're going to talk about some of these issues that have been going on, they've been talking about on the other side. So we got a lot of stuff, but that's mostly what's happening in the world. So, I'll let y'all brothers, y'all take the reins. I want to hear what you got to say. What you're feeling on this.
Okay, so one of my predictions already came true. I said Joe Biden wasn't going to make it. And
he did.
The other prediction I had was that Trump is not going to jail.
But go ahead.
You're not going to jail.
Yeah. put that black woman in. Listen, you put a prosecutor.
And she ain't gonna do it either.
Nah, she probably not. Yeah, you want to lock up your political opponents, but but go ahead.
I did say Diddy wasn't going nowhere, and ain't nobody seen Diddy since Diddy did the Diddy. So,
well, look, we said the same thing. That all of a sudden, they working on behind the scenes stuff. They usually do that kind of stuff when they have these cases. They call billing the case. Okay. So that's why Diddy been out the country.
R. Kelly coming home this year.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that, man.
So
that's a crazy thing.
Is that it?
That's my prediction. Yeah, he gonna come home.
Well, hold on. We gotta address some of your predictions.
Well, first
okay, but I'm just saying, R. Kelly gonna come home and make a gospel / Christmas album.
So hold on, let's reel this back in real quick. So
okay, let's go ahead.
First and foremost, in regards to President Biden stepping down and turning over the nomination, the Democratic nomination to Vice President Kamala Harris. So if you guys really looked at the polls, Biden's numbers were not doing. They were trending in the wrong direction. They were trending in the wrong direction for in various demographics.
Right.
This move by the DNC, this move by the president to bring him up. You want to talk about a lot of these demographics where he was actually losing numbers in. Now they've actually increased with Kamala. Let's just go ahead and get a shout out right now to, first and foremost, individuals who went to a HBCU, which is a historically black college and university. She went to Howard University. So shout out to all the Mecca. The Mecca. So that right there, now you got a large amount of graduates, undergraduates that are going to be supporting her. And the Howard alumni group is a very large group.
Very. She's an AKA.
Well, that's the next thing. Well, the next thing, again, I'm gonna have to give a shout out to the Delaware State University, where I am a part of, where I'm from. Because again, with that being said, our president Tony Allen has been very influential with the Biden administration, and so with that, we also have a very large alumni network as well. To your point, Chee, Vice President Kamala Harris is a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. Now, numbers right there. As of I did my research, you're talking about, and these are individuals that are all financial registered members in these organizations. You're talking about over 4 million people are affiliated with a Black Greek letter organization. 4 million. So her numbers are also now trending with women, which President Biden was actually losing them. She's also trending very well in her numbers with white women, which we saw Trump actually had a very large number of white women support him. But now it's looking very, very different. And a lot of these states where he was doing well when Biden was in office, that looked like we're going to be flipped back over to red states. Now they've remained blue, and got some other states changing to blue too. In a week, I think the latest poll that I saw today, I think in some she was up 2 points. No, I'm sorry. In some she was up 4 points. In others she was still down 2 points.
Right. And nationally, it's so collectively, it's right. So collectively, it's a statistically a tie right now.
Right.
So she's erased all the lead that Trump had, I should say, and it's only been 2 weeks, right? So that's definitely big. There's no secret to, who I'm voting for. I know a lot of these times, man, when we talk about politics, we talk about different issues and these things. people feel a certain way about the affiliation, who they're voting for. It's a private thing. Um, to me, it doesn't matter, right? You can vote for who you want to vote for at the end of the day, but we keep it 1,000 here. We keep it a million here, right? And so I like the fact that we do that. We're not afraid to talk about topics. We're not afraid to address issues and say the things we got to say. And the crazy thing about it, man, this weekend, I was on, and we're gonna start doing this, man. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all live. I'm going to be going on. I'm doing some TikTok lives. I'm gonna start getting on that because it got a whole audience of people on there. That's just kind of crazy and kind of wild.
Bring your lunch,
bruh. I was on. Christy happened to hop on. She's watching something on TikTok. Dude had a live, and she was on there, and they had a bunch of people talking. You know, of course, it's political season, so people don't talk about politics. And it was Blacks for Trump or something like that. So they had all these guys on there talking about, you know, the Democratic Party for 60, all this stuff, why they're voting for Trump and that stuff. So Christy goes on there and says something. And I wasn't going to say nothing, right? Just kind of listening. I walked in the room, kind of listened a little bit, and I was like, man, this got to be the craziest thing. So I said, look, if the dude allows you to kind of speak a little thing, just go ahead and say something. Well, she put her name back out there. Dude put us on a panel, right? If you're on TikTok, they put you in a little panel thing and you can get on there and speak. So I go on there and I start saying what I say and just being real with people, man. And so after that, a whole lot of people start jumping on with like, and it's like, they start coming at me, man. We stayed on there. I kid you not. Christy and I stayed on there, man, until like 2:30 in the morning. 2:30 in the morning, man. It was just bam, bam. It was back to back to back. I was about to lose my voice. I was like, this is crazy. Because there are people who were looking at it and like, man, I didn't think about this. And the other people are like, man, I didn't thought about this. So I say all that to kind of introduce here some of the things for people who, if you are going to go that to vote for Donald Trump. And so I was talking about conservative Christians. We were talking to different people of different demographics and things of that nature. And so that's what I want to kind of talk about a little bit because the flyer said voices of change. And so I just wanted to kind of put out here, you know, people who are voting for Donald Trump. You know, the first thing I would ask, because I think my I think my boy Nate, as much as he's down the Democratic Party, he doesn't have. I love him, but I find there's a lot of people who sound like how he sounds like when we just, you know, down the Democratic Party and don't talk about the alternative if you don't vote or if you decide to hold your vote or vote for RFK Jr., which is like a throwaway vote because he's not going to win nothing. And so I spent like until 2:30 in the morning, y'all. I kid you not. Me and Christy, we were going back and forth. So I wanted to say some stuff, you know, and put some things out here so that we can kind of get into some of this stuff that's just kind of real. And if you disagree, feel free to say in the chats. Feel free to hit me up. It don't matter. But I'm just going to say for what it is. For number one, my conservative Christians, because there's a group of people out here, especially when I hear about Christians, because I'm a Christian, and I'm not voting for Trump. And when I hear my Christian brothers and sisters talk about abortion, talk about transgender, homosexuality, and things of that nature, that seems to always be the judgmental part of it, right? They're going to hell, or they're not living a life right, and these are the things they talk about. So they said, I can't support a party who condones these things. But one of the things I wanted to talk about, which I've never talked about on here before, was if you consider yourself a Christian, a man or woman of God, and you're a representative of God, wouldn't it be your job to embrace people like that, to show them the God in you, to show them what God's about, to show them what they're missing, show them the love that they probably never got from nobody else? If you go to church every Sunday, you serve God and you praise God like you say you do, why is it the conservative party, not the party that embraces people of different ethnicities and genders and all these other things? You don't have to agree with their lifestyle, but Jesus loves everybody. as much as you want to talk about the judgment, the first commandment is to love thy neighbor as you love yourself. The Bible said, love those that willfully persecute you. So you're supposed to love people that you ain't supposed to love. So I wanted to start with that and get y'all's take on that, because that's one of the things that I talked about this weekend, that I find a lot of people who are Christians and they love the Lord and do all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They support a candidate and they want to back a candidate who does not support, and Donald Trump does not support any of those things as Christ-like at all. But go ahead.
If you say that, you gotta love him too, right?
Yeah, I never say I don't hate him. There you go.
What I'm saying is, everything you're saying.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, you gotta love that little redhead racist over there.
Yeah, we love him. Absolutely.
Do you?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, listen, I don't want nothing to happen to Donald Trump. I mean, I don't agree with
Ain't nothing gonna happen
who
to
he
Donald
is.
Trump. It does assassin missed. Okay.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is I don't wish nothing bad on him because I don't agree with how he is. But what I'm saying is, as much I can say,
thank you.
Right.
You don't agree with how he is.
I don't agree with how he is, but
the
that doesn't mean
the Christian thing. I don't like them throwing this whole Christian thing around. I don't like that, because you got a bunch of people that's out there calling themselves Christians, but they're not followers of Christ. It's two different things to me.
Right, exactly.
Christian has been used, that whole title and everything, that thing has been used to start wars. That thing has been used to do a bunch of stuff. And it's been used the wrong way to justify crap that they want to do.
Oh, absolutely. Right. That's my point.
They can justify their ideologies
and not act like one.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So, on that side of it, Christian, followers of Christ, is two different things. Because once again, Donald Trump said that he's a Christian. Most of the Republican Party say that they're Christians. So that's their main thing. That's always the thing that comes out when it's this time of year. We the Christians.
But that's what I'm saying, though.
Y'all are the heathens or whatever you want to call us, whatever. I will say this. All those different things that have been brought in with the LGBTQ community and all that different stuff, all that stuff has been brought in and been approved of through the Democratic Party. Now, here's the thing. Do I believe that there's no Republicans out there that's not homosexual, gay, lesbian, whatever? No. There's a bunch of them out there. Once again, when they want a win on the political side, they will say and spout out any doggone thing on both sides. People are going to say whatever they got to say to get the win. That's just facts. Because a lot of them don't believe in 90% of the crap that they're talking about. And there's a lot of people out here that you're gonna allow anything to go on and you're gonna say anything to win an argument. That's why I always talked about it when it comes down to relationships. If you would use something against me in an argument, in an argument just to win it, then I don't think you really about me. A lot of this stuff that's going on in this political race, they're using stuff against one another. And then once that person drops out, then that person endorses that person that just talked bad and brought all this stuff out. Why? Just to win the race, just to be in power. So that's my thing as far as that's why I don't like this political junk. Because a lot of these people say a bunch of stuff to get your vote and then not do the things that they say they're going to do. It's dang near pimping. Let's be for real.
Yeah. And to kind of jump in what you're saying, Chris, we have to understand that one, where we live, we're in the Bible Belt, in Georgia. We're in the Bible Belt.
Right.
So we always know that everything that is every law, every bill, everything is always going to be centralized around something biblical.
Mm-hmm.
But again, that's a farce because it's not being centralized around something biblical. It's being centralized. It's being thrown out there as being biblical or religious, but really, when it comes all down to it, it's all about that mighty dollar. Who has
Yeah.
the money to do it? Who has the money to get in place? So when you look at it from a more broader perspective in our actual federal government, it's exactly what it is. People are not at that level. They're not listening to us. They don't give a damn about us.
Mm.
Everything right now is about either aligning themselves with institutions that are going to line their pockets.
Yep.
B, like you said, Chris, to win something, so you're in a place of power to continuously push your way of thinking,
Yep.
not the thinking of the people. Like let's go back again. We're all in our 40s, so we can go back pretty far. The various presidents that we've had, you know, I don't remember any president coming and speaking to me about what I think and what I feel should be done. But you
Yep.
always hear them, well, I talk to the people. No, no, sucker. You ain't talk to the people. You ain't talk to me.
Right.
They didn't talk to you. They didn't talk to any of us. So who are the people that you're really talking to? You're talking to the constituents that are going to basically fund your race, and that's going to give you kickbacks once you get in office because you're giving them breaks so they can continuously be successful.
Yeah, I mean everything you're saying is valid, right? But for the average person who does not get that deep into politics, the average person who, when you look at it from just a basic landscape, because we can go into the depths of what politics really is, what it's really about. But the totality of it is America is divided in different cultures, different classes. That's how it is. It's a segregated country all the way around. So you have pockets of people that you have to address to get their vote. When we talk about stuff not getting done, right? I think, Kyle, you covered this before, where every time somebody goes into power, it's not that they can't get their agenda across, but they spend the majority of the time undoing what the last person did. So that alone takes itself, and then you have to go through three branches to do that. You have to make sure you have the House or the Senate or both, because you could have one and not the other, and then you have to wait another 2-year cycle till elections come around again and see if you can win the House or win the Senate. Besides the presidency, so a lot of times it's not each party is just not wanting to do the things they're supposed to do. A lot of times, as we clearly see, you can't always do the things you want to do because there's this built-in roadblocks in place. Because if you don't have the roadblocks in place, you'll have one political party, which is what happening with the Supreme Court right now, right? You have
Yep.
one particular party that has the majority, and they're making all the decisions. This is why you have a three-part system. You win the
And this
House,
is
win the
reason,
Senate,
but this is
right?
also reason. Well, you have the House, the Senate, and you got your judicial system as well from the courts.
Right,
But then also the president still has the ability to veto.
right. But the
So
bill has to come across this
at that
table.
particular point, it's like this. No, if I'm the president of the United States and I know that whatever that this bill that Republicans don't want to get passed in the Senate, that is going to be beneficial to everybody, not just whites, not just Latinos, Hispanics, not Asians, not Pacific Islanders, not black. It's going to be beneficial for everybody. You know what? I'm calling an audible, and I'm going to
Unfortunately,
write in a law.
but they can't. That's the president
No,
cannot
but
do so.
no, but the
He can
president
put an
can.
executive order. He can put
But
an
the president
executive order
can.
in place. He can't put it in the law. He could put an executive order in place. The problem is this is why Donald Trump. This is why
But the
Donald
executive
2025
order
where it
again is the
is.
executive order, and
Right, but what happens
again,
is if he puts an executive order in place, again, it has to have the mandate. You have to have the House, they have to pass that bill.
I understand to
And he
pass the
signed,
bill.
right? He has to sign on it. He can put an executive order out here and says, "Hey, that's why the Supreme Court had to overturn the whole abortion thing." The president couldn't.
Well,
Donald Trump put an executive order in place.
but even right now, what President Biden is doing while he's still in office is actually, he talked about this now, is revamping and putting actually time limitations on individuals in the Supreme Court.
He wants to do that. He's not going to be able to.
No, he can. I think he can.
Well, that's what they're saying. The bill it's a bill, and what they said is once it comes to the House, it's dead on arrival. That's what they said.
He ain't got much time.
Right. He can't
pass
it.
But let's also keep in mind how many different things did Trump put into effect with the stroke of a pen.
But see, that's what I'm saying.
But he didn't have anybody in the House or the Senate.
Right. He tried to do it. This is what I'm saying. Donald Trump
tried to do it. He started a whole space force.
Right. Right.
That's why he's trying to get it done right now.
Yeah, and this is what Project 2025 come in, right? Because people are in place now to do it. You have to have.
That's another reason why he said this little comment.
Thing. Right. Once you get in,
talking about
the votes for the Christians.
Hey,
once you vote for me, it's fixed.
Once you vote for me, don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Because why?
Worry about it. You ain't gonna
this is what we've been talking about, right? You're filling the local and the state with federal, right? With federal people that he's put in place, like the judge who overturned his case in Florida, right?
Right.
You put people in place like that, and then what you'll do is you'll get those people now. You go ahead now. Once you stack from the bottom up, you go to the House or the Senate, and so when he decides he's going to put an executive order in place now, he's going to have the legislation to not only get it through, but get it through on the local and state side. That's where it's going to affect everyday people, because all they're going to do is just like they do with abortion now. Iowa just had a ban on abortion, a complete ban. If you go up now and say, well, you know what, that's not right. There's nothing you can do. You know why? The Supreme Court already overturned abortion.
It was crazy.
so you can't do nothing at all, and that's what he's trying to do.
There's going to be a lot of barefoot and pregnant white women walking around.
You're stupid. Barefoot and pregnant.
Barefoot and pregnant white women. I told you the mortality rate for white people is decreasing. So they got it. I'm just saying, I'm calling it what it is.
Right.
On another note.
Yes. Well, as we're talking about politics, definitely want to give our condolences to Congressman Sheila Jackson Lee. She's definitely an icon here in Houston. I mean, she's definitely. I'm trying to find a word. Sheila Jackson Lee is just. She was just in Houston. She's a footprint in Houston. I mean, you can't go anywhere. I mean, her passing away was kind of crazy because she just got diagnosed with cancer, if I'm not mistaken, and that's when she stepped away.
Pancreatic cancer is
It's and then she just kind of passed away like that. And that goes to show y'all, man, life is short, man. That's why we talk about these things, and that's why choices you make matter. See, people who get a lot of times, man, when we find out cancer and some of these things, man, some things in life you get into it ain't even your fault. It's hereditary. Right. It comes down your bloodline. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not even gonna lie, man. Cause see, she came to my church like the week of when she was running for mayor. That Sunday prior, she came to our church, and I know she's up there in age, but she was moving real slow, really slow. When we saw her there, they walked up on stage and everything, but yeah, she didn't look. She still looked like she was moving around, but you can tell something wasn't right. You know what I mean? And then she came out after the after she lost the mayor's race and basically, well, she didn't come out, but it came out. You know what I mean? And pancreatic cancer, man, it does, it really, really does attack. You know what I mean? Because that is a uh, it's like a focal point in your body. You know what I mean? You don't realize everything that a pancreas does. So it's something else, man. But
Yes,
definitely,
you are.
rest in peace to her. She did a lot of work here in Houston. You know what I'm saying? Just in Congress, period. So, but yeah, we got all that, man. And then,
Well, it's right, and that's the thing, man. Life is definitely short, and this is why it's important to prioritize things. Man. That's why family is important. Spending time with loved ones is important. You never know when they're here, when they leave. You know, and you have to understand how life is going, and that's why it's important. Just during this election season, man, that you understand how one decision can really change a lot of things in your life. You know what I'm saying? And that's for all the things we debate about and talk about politics and things and the issues, and these are the things that's going on right now, man. A lot of people really need to sit down and really assess what it is that you're looking at moving forward, right?
right,
And not about, like I tell people all the time, it's you know, we got to start being honest and real with ourselves, man. When I went on the TikTok thing, I was just honest. I was like, man, we need to quit playing games, man. I said,
No, you can't be real.
yeah,
Because if
I said,
you real, that you people say that all the time, and that's outside of politics. That's just in general. We can't be real
right.
because if we were real, trust me, the things that we currently have in place in this country
Wouldn't even be here. It
wouldn't
wouldn't
be
be
here.
here. That's true. And that's my point though,
Wouldn't be
right?
here.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like we have to get back to that place. It wasn't always like that, right? It was things that we could say. I mean, there's always been, things out here in the clouds, so to speak. But for the most part, you go back to the last, 25 years ago, man. We had there were things that you could say. Everything wasn't PC'd. Everything wasn't political. Some of these things I just think they've gone way too far with. What you could identify as, and have a unisex bathrooms and all kind of crazy nonsense. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's real is real. Whatever package you have, you just go to that bathroom, be done with it.
We
You
got
know what I'm
so,
saying? Like,
but it's
like
not even that. I mean, okay, so yes, I do believe we've gotten soft all across the board. People have gotten very sensitive about
very
so many.
sensitive.
I also feel that we
is it me?
Kyle froze, bro. Hey, Chris, he had his ball, man. We like, hey, can I get a screenshot of that, man?
it's raining over here. It's storming bad over here.
Man,
Oh,
we got
okay.
you, bro.
You don't know how you was stuck, my boy.
Hey, man, you were stuck iconically.
Hey man, yeah, it's thunderstorming bad over here right now. We've been getting bad thunderstorms for the last couple of days. So my
Oh, we
bad.
know,
My
we know what that is.
No, what was you saying though?
I just think what has
Awesome.
happened from this point in time in life, man, we still have individuals with this very, outdated way of thinking, and you have to sit up here and actually have people in place to. I mean, look, what I mean, we can sit up here and talk about, civil rights for LGBTQ. We can talk about rights for women. We can talk right for blacks. As long as you have people that are in positions of power that don't care about any of that, only themselves, we're not going to have any. We're not going to progress at
Right.
at all. And
Right.
right now, Trump does get in office, though. That's going to set us back another 50 years,
Easily.
like for real. Maybe
Easily.
75. Maybe 75 years.
Here's the thing. He ain't gonna have too much change that he does as far as a lot of the topics that the Democrats run on, because how easy would it have been for him to just go in and redo the whole gay marriage thing?
Well, what happened was, here's what we got to understand. What happened last time, Chris, was when he was in office last time for 4 years. What happened was he tried to do a lot of this stuff, but remember he changed out James Comey, the prosecutor, and he had there were Republicans that were kind of, I was like the old school Republicans like Mitt Romney and the Bushes. They're a country over party, essentially. So they wouldn't enforce a lot of things that he actually wanted to get done. That's why this time around it's completely different.
Because he had a lot of the people that was voting for him.
Right, but this time around he has a lot of people. He has a lot of a lot of Trump people that he's going to put in place. So when he wants to do that, like J.D. Vance said, his vice president said to him, he would have done what what's his vice president, the other one who did what he didn't do. Yeah. He said pretty much he would have not ratified the election. He would have done that. He was like, yeah, I would have pulled through with that. So guess what he did? He made him vice president. So what he's doing, he's putting people under him. They're getting rid of certain things in place. Like they want to get rid of the Department of Education, right?
Yeah.
Why is that? Right? People don't understand how that's going to affect the future, right? Black people were not allowed to have the level of education. They didn't want us to have education. We got degrees and stuff. They don't want that for us. So if you take away the Department of Education, what they're saying is oh well, people are going to be free to go any school they want to go to. In this country, that has never benefited Black and brown people. They're always going to find some kind of way to segregate that to where all these white people, all these white kids in school, financially, right? They'll draw the district lines different, gerrymandering. They have ways to do this stuff. But when you hear people talk about it, they're like, oh yeah, you'll have the freedom to pick any school you want. They said get rid of the payroll tax. That's a code to get rid of Medicaid, Medicare. Because what comes out of payroll taxes? Medicaid, Medicare. So they have what Donald Trump is doing this time around, because he wasn't smart enough to do it. He has people in place that says, okay, that's why I said while they're playing chess, and I was telling Nate that, while you sitting there playing checkers, they're playing chess. So when they'll tell you, you'll get more money in your paychecks, we'll get rid of the payroll tax. Yes, we'll do this, we'll do that. You're not. So this time around, Chris, is different when you say he's not able to do some things. People don't understand he has more power now, not because of him, because of the people that he's going to put in place or have in place this time around, who's not going to say no.
The individual. Go ahead, Chris. I'm sorry.
No, the thing when I say that, the big topics and the big things that the Democratic Party pushes in order to get into office, he doesn't go at those particular things. He does a lot of things underneath.
Right.
And attacks a lot of stuff that's not really put out there unless you're watching Fox News and CNN.
Right. Exactly.
Well, but what he's also doing is he's putting things in place that will allow him to continue to operate the way he's been operating. See, right now, you know what I'm saying? He's been able to operate for decades. But now with the information age, man, stuff is starting to come out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Remember, Project 2025 was leaked.
Which is to the point of why he ran in the first place, because he figured if I run for president,
right,
everything that I've done, now they can't come after me. Now I literally have presidential power to wash away all of my debt,
right? My convictions,
wash away all of my scandals.
Right.
All of this goes away.
Bro, it's more going on right now with them goofies than on scandal.
Right. Well, you saw, I think it was today that the individual that was running his Project 2025 resigned.
Yeah, the guy that runs resigned today. I forgot his name.
No, I mean, because you know why. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of stuff that's gonna come out.
Well, Project 2025 was never supposed to come out. But like Kyle said, in the information age, you have leaks.
But how much of that is he actually pushing?
No, he's not pushing. That's the whole thing.
That's what I'm saying.
He himself is never going to admit he's pushing it. because Project 2025 was never supposed to come out. He
Right.
had an agenda called Agenda 47. If you look at the Republican website, it's called Agenda 47. And if you look at Agenda 47 and Project 2025, it's very much alike.
They mirror.
They mirror. They just changed the wording and things.
Mm-hmm.
So Project 2025 was not even supposed to come out. It was a leak that came out. And what happened was the excerpt that came out, people was like, that's crazy. That don't even make sense. No. And then what started happening was the person who leaked it, something else leaked out in Project 20. So when you don't have drip, 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 it started getting more and more extreme. And so now it's like, but you know what they never did? They never even acknowledged Project 2025 until it started going national. Until it went viral. Right? Before that, they didn't even act like they didn't even understand what it was. Until it went viral, now it becomes now that you hear when you hear the politicians talking about it, they can't run from it now.
Right.
So now it's like, okay, now man, what messed them up was they never had a backup plan after that. Because that was the agenda.
Mm-hmm.
So now, just like they never had a plan for Kamala Harris, because they always thought they're gonna go up against Biden. They never had a plan for her.
Right. It's one of those where you sit up here and you game planning for Stroud.
Right.
Chris, you game planning for Stroud. You know how Stroud, you know how he plays. You know then all of a sudden
it's still gonna happen.
He pulls his Achilles, and now you got Chiano Cambridge running the quarterback position.
Oh, we lost. We done lost.
Dag on.
First of all, hold on, Chris.
Yo, but he's a different person. We ain't got no tape on.
First of all, we're not gonna hold on, Kyle. Let's back up a second. We're not gonna lose. That when you just said, we just lost. He didn't even finish. Kyle didn't finish his sentence yet. He told me you got an L.
You right.
I can run that offense.
I'm sorry, bro. We're not gonna lose because you're gonna turn around and hand the ball.
Watch it. I got two words that change history with that.
You gonna hand the ball off.
What's the name of the quarterback? Is it Bledsoe or Testaverde got injured, and then Tom Brady came in, and what happened? I'll leave that alone. Somebody got injured. Tom Brady went in, and that's all she ever wrote.
You're not Brady, my boy.
You don't know that, my boy. You don't know what I'm at. I'm not in the game yet. We didn't know. Look,
take this snap, turn around, and hand the ball off to me.
No. I might be Biden for all we know. You know, you don't know.
Oh, wow. So,
so I might step away. And
you
let Kyle take the look.
I ain't talking about that. I ain't talking about that.
And then Kyle said, Kyle, you know what, Kyle? I got a little tender. I'm going to hand the ball off to you. All of a sudden, Sunday come, and Kyle hitting you with that, and you done game plan it, and then all of a sudden, you get the W. That's what's happening now.
I forgot to bring.
So you looking over here, and I got you over here. We already over here.
I forgot to bring that up, man. I think Biden went ahead and stepped down, man, when he was on film sitting there rubbing that dude's arm.
Oh, please.
Come on, Chris. Oh,
I'm just saying.
You saw what I saw.
No, man, that was
Bro, he was rubbing that black dude's arm, and that other black dude looked down like.
That was a political curveball with them sitting up here bringing in Vice President Harris.
But
because now that's a whole. It's like
this. It's a movement, and she's going on that.
She's going to do better than Hillary.
Way better.
She's going to do better than Hillary.
I don't know what else.
Kyle froze. He froze again at the right time.
Eating him up over there. What?
But it's right though. I mean, what he say? What happened was
she gonna do better than Hillary. I do believe that.
She brought out a movement though, and I think that's what nobody planned on.
The thing is, there's not a lot that he can actually bring out about her.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
If you try to bring out the prosecutor side of everything that she did,
she's a prosecutor.
Oh, she's a prosecutor. So she's done a lot more.
Right.
Other good than bad. Yes.
They were way better, but they're not gonna highlight that. But the thing is, me personally, I believe she's gonna win. I just hope that she's not in over her head. That's all. That's for me. That's for me.
Well,
Because what I'm
so,
saying is be ready for the backlash. Be ready for
yeah,
every
I mean,
bit
Oh, it's
of it.
coming. Oh yeah,
it's
it's
Be
coming.
coming.
ready
It's been
for it.
coming. Yeah,
Because
that's fine.
Obama got in there
Oh yeah, he got his. We already
and
know.
automatically the backlash started coming.
At this
He
point,
was able to withstand that. Even though I feel like at times that Chicago wanted to come out. It wanted to come out of there. Now, you know, Vice President Kamala Harris is different. Yeah, you was in a sorority, but you didn't really come from some of the upbringing and some of that kind of thing. So
yes, she did. She came up. She came up. Did a documentary on her, bro. She came up. And her mother's Asian, um, but I mean, she come up in a black. Her sister's black. She was raised a certain way, not different from a lot of people, and that's what we get away from. She didn't just. You think she just went to Howard of all schools she could have gone to? You know what I'm saying? Like, and she joined the AKA. It's like she have experiences that we can relate to. Probably not the same level, but enough to where she done encountered
It's
some
like
stuff.
this. It's like this. Here's the comparison I want to make. Just as President Obama was squeaky clean and did it the right way, she's the female version of it.
Yeah, you're not gonna get a whole
You're
lot,
not gonna sit up here and become the district attorney,
and you got a whole lot of baggage.
and you got baggage.
Nah,
I'm like this here, man. It's two
or
females.
attorney general at that.
Or attorney general. Excuse me. I said just attorney general.
There's two females that back in the day when I said I don't know why they didn't run, but I know what would have been against them the whole time. I mean, Shirley Chisholm, you know, and Barbara Jordan.
Yeah, but I think the culture. I think what happened now, man, is that Trump is such a bad candidate, and some of the things that is so extreme that people have a fear of going back. And she just happened to be primed in the right position. Sometimes it happened like it's like free agency. It's kind of
That's
like
what I'm
sport.
saying.
It's kind of like Kirk Cousins. Let me give you an example. Like Kirk Cousins in the NFL is a good example of that, right? Kirk Cousins always happened to be at the right place. Like his contract ends with some team that needs a quarterback. They're not really high in the draft. They really, you see what I'm saying?
But
And he cashes in.
I hope he's not. I hope she's not like Kirk Cousins.
No.
Kirk
What I'm
Cousins
saying
always gets paid, but
he get
doesn't.
paid, he don't deliver. But
doesn't
I'm not
deliver.
talking about the performance. I'm talking about how being in the position
Give me a Nick Foles.
being kind of being in the right
That's
place
a
at the right time.
That's a great example, Chris.
Give me a
Right, Nick
Nick
Foles.
Foles.
Right? When
That's a great
Wentz
example.
went down, Foles came in and took him to the Super Bowl.
That's a great example, Chris.
Yeah. It actually
That's a
works out,
great
right?
example, Chris. It's an
Biden
excellent
came
example.
in. Watch this. Biden came in, and that's a good Eagles analogy, right? Biden is Wentz. He came in, he did what he's supposed to do a little bit, but he can't carry the torch all the way. There he goes. Yeah. There you go. The Harris comes in now, and she can take him all the way to the Super Bowl. New energy, right? You have to game plan, but here's the difference now. The reason why I think Nick Foles was successful because you don't have time to game plan for him as you do for Wentz.
That's why
this
race is going to be what it's going to be.
Right. They don't have time to game plan for her.
They don't have time to game plan, and people going to act off emotions.
Right. But she's in the right position to do it, though. That's how she's getting in on it.
You had a lot of Democratic Party was already asking for Biden to step down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So which you're not getting the typical white man in America kind of thing. People got tired of that too. Yeah. Right? A lot of people got tired of seeing the same white guy going to office. She's different.
I got a question. Who's going to be a running mate?
Probably the dude Shapiro. I would say from Pennsylvania, the governor. Shapiro's probably be it. One, you get he's actually more popular, and you need the state to win more so anything else. They said Kelly from Arizona. Yeah, that could probably be, but I think Shapiro is going to be the pick.
Man, look here. I think if you find question, what race is he?
What is Shapiro? Is he white, Jew? What is he? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you find a Hispanic,
Is he Shapiro? Ooh, that does sound.
But you know what's crazy? But you know what's crazy though?
What is he?
When you see a lot of the Latino and Hispanic population, they're typically voting Republicans.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're typically voting Republican. Why? I have no idea.
So why wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't you get that to kind of sway them to come over? I agree. Great tactic. Great tactic.
If you get a Puerto Rican, you really ain't going.
You stupid.
I would probably say Cuban. I would say if you had a Cuban,
if you get a Cuban, ain't nobody gonna want to debate that boy.
He's so stupid.
Nah. And again, I mean, when you look at that, like, I don't know how many times I'm sitting up here, been down to Florida, whether it's Central Florida, South Florida, Panhandle, whatever it is, and you walking around and you're like, you Hispanic, bro, and they, Trump, like,
but
he don't care about you.
They look at I'm
white is right. White is right. That's the white is right syndrome.
But you got to look at a lot of times what they've been shown and taught before coming here.
I agree.
You know what I mean? So and a lot of times you got to look at
it's colorism.
It's colorism, and you also look at jobs, that kind of thing. A lot of times. I mean, now it's been a lot of they're taking away our jobs and all this kind of stuff, and but in the past that wasn't a thing. Not like that. Because here's the thing. Once again, is what we was talking about before. What's a black job? And like somebody put on social media, that was hilarious. What's a black job? They said vice president,
attorneys, doctors. But I think when you look at the Hispanic culture, a lot of them are Catholics. So a lot of the Republican Party, the reason why they veer that way, a lot of the Republican Party goes, like you say, the conservative, the Christian, that kind of the Catholics. So that they prey on that part of it. Right. And that's how they get a lot of that vote. So that's what you got to look at when it comes to it. They don't have the Republican found an easy way, kind of like how the Democrats, have gotten the black vote. The Conservative Party have gotten the Christian religious vote, so to speak. For a long time because they don't believe in abortion. They don't believe in gay marriages. They don't believe
the first ones.
Yeah.
Taking Susie Q.
Hey, I got a question. Let's really throw something out there. Since he already think about running next term, what we throw the Rock in there as vice president?
You're an idiot.
Am I?
The Rock is
Ronald Reagan did it. Ronald Reagan did it.
Trump did it.
Trump did it.
Arnold Schwarzenegger was governor for years.
But he's not. But he wasn't a
vice president. I mean,
he wasn't a naturalized citizen.
What I'm saying is, listen. Let's see him as a governor first. Let's just see what he does in the political side of things.
Trump was nothing.
Trump jumped
and that's the problem. You're making the point. You're making the case. Trump was nothing. Trump jumped in. And what does that mean for us? Right, but you're making the point of why we not going to do that again.
No, I'm going throw the Rock up in there.
No, we learned from this. We said the same thing about Trump.
Hating himself.
No, what we said about Trump was nobody hated. We didn't know a whole lot about Trump was going to be like this. We knew Trump from all the You're Fired, whatever them shows. He was a celebrity.
Yeah,
and all of us used to. He was part. Matter of fact, he was Democratic in some stuff he did back then. Trump was real cool back then. Trump was not. Yeah,
I need Jesse Ventura back.
What I'm saying is Trump was cool back then. We didn't have a beef with Trump. Matter of fact, he was real. Everybody kind of liked him. You know what I'm saying? We have no beef with him. Then all of a sudden he go into politics or something else. No. Well, guess what? When we saw Arnold Schwarzenegger as a governor, we're like, okay, bro, there's some things about you. You might be cool over here, but now, Rock want to get in. He need to go be a governor first. Go do something like that. Let's see what you're really about. And then to say, okay, yeah, you know what? Okay, cool. Then you could be vice president, like Shapiro. Shapiro's a governor of Pennsylvania. And then you could go in and somebody throw their head in and say, okay, you know what? Be vice president. But we ain't going to take you straight from Hollywood to VP. We ain't doing that again.
So right now they're talking about, well, the person who has the most higher favorable or highest favorable average.
Josh Shapiro.
No, Buttigieg, Pete.
Yeah, but Pete is
at 31.3%. Mark Kelly is at 22.3. Shapiro's at 17.7.
But here's why she's gonna pick Shapiro and not Buttigieg. He's not because
what's his name?
It's Pete
Buttigieg
or something like that. Yeah,
he can't win.
Yeah, and he's the thing about it is
that last name is gonna mess him up.
Right, and then but you're gonna block a certain amount of people. A lot of people, they may like him, but he's gay. He has a husband, and that's going to turn off a certain vast majority of people of those independents or some of these other people, because they're like, I don't know if we want to see two men in the White House like that. You know what I'm saying? I just don't see it like that happening. And then if you look at it from the Electoral College standpoint, you need Pennsylvania. And Shapiro has an over 60-something% favorable in Pennsylvania. And she can't win without
Pennsylvania anyway, bro.
Not necessarily, but you can't. But listen, we lost it last time. You know, Biden got it barely. You know what I'm saying? Before that, Trump got Pennsylvania, because he got all them people coming out of the country parts of Pennsylvania. When you get them people coming to the backwoods of Pennsylvania voting for Trump, that made a difference. So I'm just saying the Electoral College favors her going with Josh Shapiro.
And that needs to go too.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Electoral College needs to go, period.
But you know,
hey, what's Kevin Johnson been doing?
Nothing.
I don't know.
Need to find out where he at. I'm gonna throw him up in there since everybody else want to run. I'm gonna throw Kevin Johnson in there. He was a mayor. They had 2 terms.
Get Bernie.
Yeah,
Bernie. Feel the burn. Feel the burn. Get Bernie.
You want Bernie in there?
No.
Ain't he older than Biden?
Hey man, look. Just because during President Obama's inauguration he wanted
to Bernie be smoking weed.
That's what Bernie Mac or Bernie Sanders.
Bernie Sanders, bro.
Because I'm going to say you better have
son. Feel the burn.
I was like, at first I was like, Bernie Sanders ain't going nowhere. Bernie Sanders, your old uncle.
Hey man, Bernie was on the front line with a lot of our black political figures.
I like Bernie.
I like Bernie.
Bernie's like Willie Nelson. We don't know where Bernie is, but all of a sudden he
man. Right. You know, Willie's invited to the cookout. So you know.
Oh yeah.
Willie bringing the weed to the cookout.
Willie
on point.
Who else? What's my man?
I'm going with Rock, man.
What's my man that played Smokey and the Bandit? Burt Reynolds.
Burt Reynolds, yeah.
He invited to the cookout.
I'm going with the Rock, man. I'm going with the Rock. That's how I want. That's what I want to go ahead.
Well, that won't be far-fetched. The Republicans went with Hulk Hogan. So.
Okay, wait. Thank you. I was just about to say that. So let's talk about. I
want to fight fire with fire. I don't want them to
Hulk Hogan. If we want to
fight it out, they need to fight it out.
Hogan. Let's talk about Hulk Hogan. I was never a really big Hulk Hogan fan.
Right.
And now I understand why. I never like everyone was like, oh, Hulk Hogan's the greatest wrestler. No, he's not.
Let me tell you something, brother.
It's a brother. You like to call me a brother. Let me tell you something, brother.
The racist, man.
Oh yeah.
Always has been, always will be.
He said it himself.
Yep.
Always.
You know what I'm saying? So he said it himself.
Like that dude, man. Like
don't let no black dude get up in your daughter. That's what he was mad about. I'm being honest. He said it.
It's
On
true.
tape.
It's not shocking.
It's
on
true.
tape. So he was upset about that, and them true feelings
He
come
been
out.
upset. He been upset.
Right.
Oh yeah,
He
he
was
was upset the whole time.
He was upset like a long time ago, right?
Yeah, he was
Which
upset.
is more reason why we're not putting none of them in there.
And it was happening for a while, and he was upset every minute of it. So,
Yeah. And like I said, we're
It
not putting no.
was-
Yeah, I learned my lesson. And none of them wrestlers going in.
yeah,
It's just like I said. I think this has been a platform to allow people to really feel comfortable to rearing their ugly heads and say, when where I work,
Right.
it's a lot of them. It's a lot of them.
Right.
And just listening to them half of the time, I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
bro, you don't even sit up here and even make logical sense.
They don't, bro. I was 2:30 in the morning on this live, man. I didn't even realize it. TikTok. Listen to some people, man. And you know the thing about it is, it's not even about a color thing anymore. There was black people sounding crazy, white people sounding crazy.
Because you get so much. You have to shift through so much misinformation,
right,
to find the true information.
right.
Again, that was the biggest thing, talking about Vice President Harris. Oh, well, she put him,
thousands of people in prison.
No,
she really didn't. But
she didn't.
And even if she did, even if she was to put people in jail, that's her job as a prosecutor. Like people, like you, like what do you want? If she didn't do that, they would hold it against her.
Right. And again, this is what I was telling Nate. This is what I was telling Nate. Even in that situation, dude, you're representing the state, which again falls under the governor and everybody. So it's like, hey,
exactly.
You are my DA, or you're my DA or attorney. You look, I don't want crime, so this is my policy. Anyone that does XYZ, hit him with the book. What's she gonna do?
Hey, say it for the people in the back, sis.
Don't break the law.
Right. I mean, that's it. That's what I'm saying. I'm like,
I'm like this. If you had a lot of people, which I know of some, if you had a lot of people that did not go out there and commit the crime, and then they're
wrongfully convicted and stuff
all
like
that kind of stuff, that's a totally different story.
Yeah, but y'all get mad at her for doing her actual job. She's supposed to prosecute people.
You know what I mean? I'm like this here, man. I've never been the type person to say free so and so, free this person, free that person when I know that they did it.
But
like Dave Chappelle said, well, what did they do?
That's not me. I'm not gonna be like, hey, free so and so.
Yeah, but
he did that.
But it's like
he did that. He might need to sit down for a while because he ain't learned his lesson. You know what I mean?
Right.
Go and have a seat, because I'm like, it's like what we was talking about earlier. Yeah, I believe in the Bible. I believe in a lot of things. I believe in loving everybody. What I don't believe in is if I know this person steal, I ain't letting them in my house.
Well, you don't have to fellowship with everybody. You can love
everybody.
There you
go.
You ain't got to fellowship with everybody. I can love.
Yeah.
I mean, I love you. You got an uncle that you love. You may not love that fact he smoke, drink, or do crazy things, but you still love your uncle. Your uncle. So I mean, there are things you love about people.
I got cousins that I rock with. I really do. They still don't know where I stay.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I'm not gonna give you my address. Hey man, I've been seeing you. I've been seeing you doing big things, my boy. I've been seeing you doing. Man, where you at now? Man, I'm out here.
Same spot. You got to use the Tommy in a job. You know where I work. Tommy, where you work at? Quit playing. You know where I work at. No, you know where I live. Where you live at? Quit. You know where I live. Quit playing.
Yeah, that's yeah. No, you don't know.
You live in the same spot, Chris. You still live over there? Yeah, I live over there.
Man, I'm still there. I'm man, still there, man. You been there. You
been there. Quit playing, man. Quit playing. I'm in the same spot for the last 10 years. Quit playing with me.
But no, I mean, okay. Before we, wrap things up, and I'm not saying we're about to wrap it up, but
yeah, we're about to wrap it up. We're gonna do some more things on Thursday. I want to get into some of the topics, man, because I find a lot of people talking about there's abortion issues going on right now. There's a lot of other issues I want to talk about, and I want to address a lot of those things. This is kind of like a little icebreaker. We talked about the conservative Christian part a little bit. We kind of talked about some other issues that's going on. You know, we kind of compacted almost a week of information into just tonight. So I think next week, not next week, Thursday, we can really dive in and really tackle. I mean, really go face to face with a lot of these issues because we need to have these conversations because a lot of people are not having it. We're going to talk about immigration. We're going to talk about abortion. We're going to talk about. I'm not saying we're going to talk all about that on Thursday, but my point is there are issues in elections that people make their decisions about, whether Republican or Democratic, and we're going to talk about it. And then I welcome anybody to give me your position on it. I'll give you mine, and we'll have a healthy debate and tell me where you stand on it. You know, kind of thing. It's election season, y'all. So the difference is a lot of times a lot of people can't talk about things because of their job. They can't talk a lot of things because, you know, they have the culture or society may view them differently and all that stuff. That's not where we at. You know what I'm saying? It's called freedom of speech. We're not going to offend anybody, right? That's all the views that we, you know, has a little disclaimer, which I should have said in the beginning, but has a disclaimer. All our views is our views. It's our opinions. We have a right to it.
It's going to offend some people, but it's not what we seek to do.
Right.
We just say that. Right. You know, everybody's kind of soft these days, so it's going to hurt some feelings.
Right.
Because I don't agree with you, but you know that's just that's just how it goes.
But like you said,
I just wanted to throw one thing out there, and let me see if y'all the opening ceremony of the Olympics,
bruh. That's a whole. Matter of fact, let's table that because let's start off Thursday's show with that because that's going to go into a lot of different things politically that we could kind of hit up at that. Because that's a whole nother thing right there. Because
here's the thing about it. Ain't got nothing to do with us.
At all.
That's overseas.
That's overseas. And that was kind of crazy, bro.
That's how they see things. So.
Right. And there's a lot of things they do over there that is far different than what we do here.
Heck yeah. So, they just ain't as violent.
Right. True. But man, listen, we getting ready to wrap this up. So we're gonna do a part 2 Thursday, and I'm gonna try and get
Yes, ma'am.
I'm gonna get some other people on. About to get my cousin on. I'm gonna get a couple people on for Thursday, y'all. So we make it a nice, healthier debate. So I got a couple people I'm gonna call up and get them on here. So we have a nice debate going on Thursday night, and we're gonna be back Thursday. We're gonna start off with the Olympics, talk about and talk about some of the things that happen. We're going to talk about the sports part of it, U.S., and then we're going to talk about some of the things about that. Then we're going to go into some of the topics.
And for all my single ladies out there.
The childless, catless, we're going to talk about that.
Yeah.
The childless, catless women.
All my single ladies out there, man, you know what I'm saying? We're going to get into this R&B debate and whatnot. We're going to talk.
We got the R&B. Listen, we got a session coming up. Hey,
because my boy Kyle over there, he tried to act like his background was messed up, but I see he didn't set the mood. He got the mood over there. He got them lights
working. That Carolina blue.
You dig what I'm saying? So you know what I mean.
He got something going on.
I'm ready.
Yo, he came with the voice. He came with the voice. Look at it.
I believe I
told you.
There's a name.
And I click. Look here.
Is there a wonderful?
You gonna have a crazy one? You're going to have a hood one. That's me. You're going to have.
Look, Kyle got something.
Ladies, man.
We'll just say, Kyle has something soft that awaits
him. You're going to have that money, man. That's my boy, Chee. Yeah, he got something
soft awaits him.
Thank you for listening right now, ladies. It's the Quiet Storm.
There it is. Oh, that used to be the jam. Listen. We got to do this. All right, Thursday we can talk about it, but next two, we gotta probably listen, man. We gotta have.
I want to give Christy a shout out from her husband. Chee.
Yeah.
He said he loved you, baby. Can't wait to see you.
Well, I gotta get off.
That's how I tell you, boy.
I'm gonna try to set you up, Chee.
He throw the oop. He throw the oop. He alleyed it. He alleyed. I caught it.
He did.
Baby, I'm on my way.
Caught it. Christy,
I'm on my way, baby.
All I do is think of you. That was his dedication.
You heard it.
He come. He already got the speedos. He got the speedos already. He got those speedos.
Already.
Throw me one, dog. Throw me alley-oop, man. Throw me alley-oop, man. I knew you would, dog. Oh, come on, man. Come on, dog.
Hold on, wait. Oh, wait. Wait, what's your wife's name again? Hold on, what's your name again?
What you put on there? I'm about to put this.
No, Chris, what's your wife's name
again?
No,
we're not doing that. No.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, it's already done. It's already done.
No, she can't
It's
put
done.
that on there.
Yeah.
No. No. I gotta get off here.
Hey, she gonna touch your belt line, bro. She gonna touch your belt line. Touch that belt. She gonna touch that belt.
Hey.
What I was saying on the 40-year-old virgin. You had some on my belt.
Just stop it.
My wife's name is
Make her love come down, Chee. Go ahead, make her love come down.
What you talking about?
I can't breathe full with y'all.
Hey,
man.
this both our anniversary month. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
Both our anniversary month.
Don't come a knocking if you see the van a rocking, baby.
Oh, that boy got a van? Oh, yeah.
Hold on,
That's
now.
old school.
86 Chevy.
Get him, Christy.
I swear to goodness.
About to be talking about that's enough.
That's enough. Stop.
Man, we love y'all, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. Be back on Thursday. Y'all know how we get down.
Yes, please. Let her come get me. Come get me. I ain't running.
Man, we about to run up out of here, man. We love y'all, man. Thanks for tuning in. I hope y'all enjoyed it, man. God bless y'all. We out of here.
All right.
Did you realize that you were a champion in their eyes? Yes, I did. So